evening for everybody. We are a team of 8 members from Tamil Nadu, various local colleges of Tamil Nadu, under the banner of Rahila Travels. That is the non-profit organization, and we are conducting 6th episode of 6th chapter of this Rahila Travels. We are a non-profit organization, and we are the enthusiasts of Muslim culture, focus on Muslim culture and peripheral languages and peripheral cultures. We have started our tour in Malabar, and then Tiruchirappalli and Nahur and Rameshwaram, the Taniskodi Sri connection, and Sri Lanka. We have visited Sri Lanka for 16 days. And the last 3 months before, we have conducted to Trividambu, that is part of Kerala, Kanyakumari Jilla. Now we are conducting to Nadu. Without a strong political background, it's a need of the hour to explore the dying languages and peripheral languages. We know that only South is resisting that majoritarian language Taoism. I don't want to mention the names, but especially Kannada and Tamil Nadu resisting with Taoism. In this context, and also we are searching our historic ties with Tamil Nadu and Kerala, and Karnataka is very strong. It dates back to 1,000 years from Portuguese colonization. Before that, so many Arab traders have come from Arabian Peninsula, and they have visited Konkan and Maharashtra and Karnataka, Kerala and Tamil Nadu. So we are having now we have divided upon with languages. First, we don't have language barrier. Whereas you are the very living example. So many languages. Sabda Bhasha you have to take more mother or a sweetness. We are overcoming the language chauvinism. Languages are mother one, but we have to admire all languages. We don't allow language chauvinism. So we want to explore this, and also you are surviving. The Tulu language is surviving the major pressure from Kannada and Malayalam. This is also fascinating us. Even though Kannada, Tamil, Malayalam are Dravidian languages, we want to explore this also. And so many aims and objectives. Anyhow, we have provided a nice opportunity to meet all the personalities of this Tamil Nadu Mangapuram. Very nice to meet you all. Thank you.
All the delegates and my friends. So I will speak a little bit in Tulu and also in English. My invitation is, actually when Taranath Gatti, the president of the chairman of this unit, he called yesterday saying so and so. I'm very much delighted because the Tamil people, I had a notion that they are not much mingling with others. That is what. They have their own set of thinking, and they do not want to share anything. Let us meet our like-minded people who are coming, and they will love to. So then Taranath Gatti said that how you can link the Tamil and Tulu. I have number of historical, because I am one of the folklorists, performer, and also epigraphist. I am working. And also museology or archives I am maintaining. My passion is research, actually, to know more things. There are two kinds of thirst, pursuit. One is mental pursuit, another is physical. For physical, we are eating and eating and everything. Regarding the language, regarding the culture, regarding the dialects. And also, all the time, that is because of today's Yantra Yuga. That is, all people are living with mobile, and only in the mobile only they are making everything. People say that without mobile we cannot survive today. In such a way, the things has become. So the machine cannot attract human emotions. We need people to interact and to understand their culture and language, and also their mannerisms, and to know more and more things about the knowledge system of you people. Right now, my passion is actually, earlier I was a student of Mysore University. I studied little bit Pali. I studied Bharatanatyam. I studied martial art dance. I studied epigraphy. I studied this folklore like this, and only for to know more things. Because this kind of passion very rarely seen. People says, you want to know more things, and you want to save the cultural facets or the cultural facets, whatever it is. I didn't brought here actually. In my museum I have collected one rare and unusual one icon. Is Kinnara Shilpa. It is a statue of three elements content. It is a statue of animal. It is actually on animal. One person is supposed to sit actually. That animal itself looks very different. Haya, Gaja, Nandi. Three elements are there. Haya means horse, Gaja is an elephant, Nandi is our cow leg. The front leg of that particular icon is Gaja, elephant. The back leg is actually of Nandi. The face is having the Haya. Horse. The anatomy is like Gaja only. Such it's had a unicorn and small hombu, that is horn. Okay, but that has broken. In this regard, that is actually 12th century icon actually. They are supposed to submerge in the water. According to Brahmin, whoever, it is a bhinna, they say it is disfigured. You are not supposed to keep everything. You have to either burn or dissolve in the water like samskara. Okay, and I requested to many eminent personalities not to do that. I saved. Practically, I saved. Today, I feel proud. That is, in the whole of the world, you don't see such kind of iconography or such configuration. Hayagajadandi, you are not seeing, but the report says Pliny in the Christopura, that is in the BC, before Christ, or the 1st century AD, one of the eminent historian, Pliny, Greek historian, he gives the explanation of what it is. Actually, he says Indian ass this way. And also, I begin to research in this unicorn motif. Where you will find the unicorn motif, it is, you will find in the Harappan Mohenjo-daro, that is the seal which is having a one horn on the bull, you will see. If it is so, unicorn motif, where all other places do they worship such things, unicorn motif? Nowhere. But in my place, there is one small shrine, native tradition shrine is there. it is called Mekikatu, you will see more than 170 wooden icons, say 3 feet to 20 feet. My book has appeared on this. It is called. There you will see 18 different unicorn motif Nandi you will see. But that Nandi doesn't have the dubba, that is hum. Actually. For example, it is called Uru actually. There, Uru. It is the term itself is very different. The Uru means in the Hebrew language, is a the Kutsita Prayoga like a Kinnara Shilpa is called Urfa. For example, people in Hindu are they while exchanging their nakshatra and rashi like this. What do you say for the Vrishabha Rashi? Vrishabha Rashi in English, Taurus. Taurus is the Vrishabha's forest in the German you will see. Taurus. The U or is there. So this is one way we see, and also I learned in the Mecca, the Kumbu, the horn is there. One horn is there, say people say. Because it's a research methodology. Why they are keeping this? People who hold this Kumbu are, if they hold, so they think that they become very rich and it attracts more people. It is true if it is Mecca is holding this, I do not know. And who are in the mythology who introduced this horn kind of animal. Dasharatha, he makes a big yajna for the Putrakameshti Yaga. There, one Muni is having a Kumbh. So, even the Dharmasthala is a very big temple in the coastal Karnataka. Their Lanchana or the logo, they have the horse is having one unicorn and the other end is Gaja is there, in between the lingam. Even I tried, why people are going behind this book? The belief is only that it is it brings fortune, good for me. So, if it is so, I will come to the trees. I was speaking and I have distributed some of the seeds. It's having a Okkodu Kombu. It's having only one Kombu comes. That is not used for the making idea or anything. There are two kinds of palm tree. One palm tree is you can eat the like an apple or 3 eyes are there inside. Irodu, it is called. Another is called Sritala we call. It is having only, it gives more than 2 tons of seeds. Of course, it is in the yet disturbing world. People think that if it blossoms, Sri Lanka is having in their coins the picture of the tree and flower. It is a national flower to them. And coming to the Tamil, you are having you have heard the Chola Rajan is a Karikala Chola, is a 7th century AD. Karikala Chola, we then earlier, if anybody come and ask help to fight, he used to go and fight and win and used to come back. One day, he was standing behind under a tree of this palm tree. Then there was an announcement. They gave a special garland with elephant in search of a good prince. So finally that elephant came and garlanded to Kalikaja. He never knew that he will become a king. So, over enjoyed, he said, the tree which is he was standing behind, under that tree, it is a tree of palm tree, that is a very auspicious actually, and he made that is as a Manastamba, and he built a Amman temple. It was even today, people are not aware of that. Madurai Meenakshi is in long back, it was in the village of Tirupadiyur. The people today do not know that is Madurai Meenakshi, Madurai. It was earlier called Tirupadiyur. Pani means this tree actually. Tirupadiyur. Because I was inquiring, do you know this story with the Tamil friends? No, I don't know, they said. And many of the people, even in the 9th century AD, Vinayavarma Mahadevan temple in the Tirunattapalli, he had a number of trees he brought up and he restored or he made a big estate of this tree actually. Mahadeva, Tirunattapalli. Today the Tirunattapalli has become Tiruchanapalli or something like that. Okay. You will have this, but to the whole of the world, before introducing the paper, our thoughts were written on palm leaf. That palm leaf was obtained from this tree. Leaf. Tigalai Patti. The Tigalai Patti is making a land records. So it was called, people begin to call it is a people who write Tigalai Patti. He became a Tigalakaran. Huh?
Karanika, na?
No, not Karanika. Karanika is a simple writer. The Tigalai Patti, who like a Shanbhoga, you are right, Karanika he is called Karanika also. He used to write on the media like palm leaf. Even when the train was introduced, they are sending the message that is the next station, a round kind of thing that they used to send Ole. He used to hold the hand and it used to. That was nothing but it was made of ole. How they used to write in the earlier days with Valitari Ani. See, the term is Vali means leaf. Valitari is a tree. Okay. Ani is a shark. And nine. Okay. Eduthu means right. Okay.
Writing name.
Okay. So, people, whoever has in Tamil Nadu or wherever, if they have scribed on slab or on inscription, first they used to write on palm leaf, thinking that the palm leaf writing remains very sustains, not much here, but the stone is very longer here, it sustains. But today the stone is become intangible, the palm leaf is tangible. Because Kautilya's Arthashastra, still we hold in the Mysore University Oriental Research Institution, more than 1,000 years. Still it is intact. If you maintain, nowadays you are having best opportunity to sustain, but you don't see such things. People are not saved or conservated or protected. I have in the year 2007 Tulu epics like Bhagavato and Vinayaka Stuti, Mahabharata and Antargata Ramayana like Kaveri and Durga Saptashati. All these in the year 2007 under the direction of Dharmasthala Hegade Kavandar, I said that, sir, these things are submerging or disappearing very soon. What best we can do, digitize and make a DVD copy. One copy will. He said that, okay, you do it. So, from the day of 2007, I made 7 volumes or 7 books given to the Tulu Academy. From there onwards, I am having a very good rapport with the because, and also we are planning actually, in the sense we have to do it. Suppose everyone believes that the things are disappearing, how it is disappearing? You keep in cloud, you keep in the website, or you keep in the so and so terabytes format or in the earlier days, we had a recording system, say around in 1938. I will come later. So we had a film reader, film or microfiche film. So in this way, people used to conserve the paper material. Now even that microfiche or film read, you cannot extend to at the present days because it is a humidity and everything damaged in number of ways. So now they say you make a digital copy and keep in how many copies you want to keep. The archive says 6 or 7 copies you have to make and keep. Where are you have to keep? One is in the academy, one is as a master copy, reference copy, one is in unknown place copy, one is a general reader's copy, one is for unknown place or security copy. Unknown place in the sense I am working in India. Some of the records are kept in the Finland archives. The Finland archives has kept some of the things in my archives. We only know that. Some disaster happens like bomb or something, natural disaster, it happens. It somewhere disappear in some other place. So this is one method of conservation, preservation. Kind of.
In particularly, Tulu.
Yes. Record of Tamil and Tulu and Malayalam and many of the things. First recording went on in the year 1938 by Arnold Barclay. He records in the wire record. First. Earlier to this, Arnold Barclay is a student of Rabindranath Tagore. Okay, he is a Dutch fellow. He came to do his PhD on Shangadeva's Sangeeta Ratnakara. It's a big technique. On that treatment he came. He has left over more than 700 genres, including Tamil, Tulu, even Nepal. He extensively traveled like you people now traveling. Similarly, he was traveled across the globe and he has left. And whatever he has left over the genres, that I am re-recording the same. If the same family is living, or if the survived or sustained, like that. The case study. In this way, I am proud to say that the Tamil Nadu we have recorded, in Kerala we have recorded, Which is in the 1938, how it was the Tarakut. People are Tarakut, yes. How it was Tol Pavai Kut. Okay. How it was Pallangudi. You are playing here. I have brought some. We are having a Pallangudi, that is a Algudi Mane, we call. It is called Mankyala in Nizamira country. But people say that how it came, the name Mankyala, they are not aware of it. But we are having in some of the megalithic period, we have seen the remainings of the Algudi Mane, which is spread over in the coastal Karnataka, in the Tamil Nadu, where in Tamil Nadu, Chennai. The Sita, in the Ramayana we get reference that Sita, she used to play Sita Ata, it is called. It is only one coin, one seed, never ends it actually when they rotate while playing. That is called Sita Ata because she was all alone in the there are 28 kinds of varieties. One is called Sita Ata. Sita Ata. So
recently I read it was
big one, more than 7
on stone also.
Oh yes, yes. I have brought.
It's a permanent one.
Yes, I have brought that. In the megalithic period, some 3 pictures I have brought.
Chennai Mane.
And the extended Tulu people have ritual with the Chennai Mane. It is having certain taboos also, saying that the brother and sister, they are not supposed to play.
When not to play.
Yes. And husband and wife, frequently they are not supposed to play. Because some disaster happened. Such one ritual still happens and exists in the Siri epic performances. I have given actually. My passion was, I want to see that how this ritual changes.
I have found the newly wedded couples are playing.
Yes. See, actually, I want to see that the rituals, how often changes. I saw that twin sisters used to play the rituals in 1987. I did. Yes, natural born twin sisters, they used to play and singing in their first person, and they used to play. And at the 10th year, I saw the play is manipulated by one Kumara, the male. Instead of twin sisters, there were 2 coconuts were placed. Suppose you people, if you come and say that, no, I saw that Chennai Mane gave 2 coconuts were there. That's all. Siri. Yes.
Siri is the lady who is the first rebellion woman of this
This belt of this. Yes. And see, it's a very long epic. In the epic culture, it is a 15 lines lesser than Homer epic. Such epic has been documented long back with Professor Peter Laurie Hanko and Vivek and Chinapavoda. And I also personally documented such long epics. Like similar like Kandaki Purana. Okay. So when I take the word Kandaki Purana, people say that Mangalapuram, the Mangala Devi is nothing but it is a Kandaki. We are not aware of it. Because this belt of Tulu Nadu was called Nan Tulai Nadu. Nannan was the ruler. Nan Tulai Nadu. Yes, Nan Tulai Nadu. Now, who is performing these rituals are called Panan. In the Sangam literature, the Panan and Vidayar, they used to come from door to door, house to house, village to village and performing. Now established. But they had their own language. Nobody knows that what kind of language they are speaking. If I say that, the word Apai Kalterna, if I say, what did you understood well? Apai Kalterna. You come that side and sit. You join. This was the language they used frequently. They were making a conversation. That name of the language, then it was called Pagaru Bhasha. Pagaru means a different. Pagaru Bhasha. Pagaru Bhasha. No, not Agaru. Pagaru. Pagaru Bhasha. Similarly, different word. Pagaru Bhasha. Pagaru Bhasha.
That means copy or
No, Pagaru means a different. Another. And similarly, the Koragas, there is a big difference of opinion with the scholars. The Koragas are really, they travel from the central Nizamia to this belt, actually. Shivaram Karal's opinion is also the same, similar way. They have come. When they came to from hill to hill hillock area, and in the Kadamba's period, the Mayuravarma, he take away all the wealth of this community. They were very good leaders, in the sense the rulers also. They take away all these cows and bulls, whatever it was the sampattu of that time. Like they were the Bill Gates of those days. They took away and made Nishashtrikaran, that is even taking away all their any wearable, and they sent to the forest back. So this is what we get. But the genealogy of the Kadamba period, if you look into it, first prince of the Kadamba is Nandurai. The first prince of Paraga also, Parara Kote is there in the Shankar Narayana nearby Kundarpur actually. That is also Nandurai. So there is one saying word, Nandurayana Kalada Baduku Nayi Tinanga, in the sense he minted the money out of leather. Because the leather coins, if you keep it, even if dogs or jackal, anything can grab and eat. So finally, in such a way, he became. When Tipu Sultan came in 1799, before that, he used to grab all the metal materials from the people and from the temple. These community people had a big drum of their made of the outer layer is made of the kanchu, that is bronze. It is called kanchu the kaddai. People now do not say that it is kaddai. People say dolu, that's all. It is called kanchu the kaddai. So when they looted and they placed in the Jamalgada. Jamalgada is a nearby Mettangadi actually. Tipu Sultan's mother's name Jamalabai, I think. So it was placed, named as Jamalgada. So the report, that is the Francis Buchanan, an English reporter of British, when he was riding on horse and he wanted to know that what is the reaction of the people after the death of Tipu Sultan, and he was on the horse, he came to Hiryaka near where I live. Actually, it is 12 kilometers far from my place, and there was only one shop. He left over that shop and he ran away. He couldn't collect anything materials or why he ran away, because then he came to know that so and so happened, and they grabbed everything, looted everything personally, you say, in such a way. So that's why he ran away. It is so these are the oral accounts reveals that how they used to live the life in the olden days. That is. So even today, the Korakas, I'm having very good records with me, that is some historical records. They had their own kingdom, and these other community people, greater tradition community people, they snatched everything their sampatti or treasure and made them to like Similarly, the Adavi Chinchus, the Malay they are called Adavi Chinchus in the Andhra Pradesh actually. From hillock to hillock we used to work. They used to travel. But they are also today, their community is also very less and less. We see. No, Adavi Chinchu, Malay Kudiyas they are actually.
Kumbara means pottery, pot makers.
These people are the only, there are, as per the record, there are 83 tribes. But out of 83 tribes, the Proto-Dravidian tribes are only 5. One is Kurmi, one is Manipuriya, one is Karaga, and Marathi or something, like 5 they name. But only the thing is, all these tribals treated not untouchable. But I do not know. I cry always, I lamenting always with the people. Why you made these people, they are the tribes, why you made them to away? That is a bad thing of the people's mindset. Here, in this bed, wherever I go, I pray the people, don't treat them, they are the marginalized. They had their own kingdom actually, but even they used to speak their own language. I have collected more than 24 stories of Korakas. And there is a belief actually in the Koraka, if they speak with me, it is a curse to him. If I hear over the story, it is a sin. That is why they don't speak with me and I am not allowed to listen. It is a sin. Papa, one karma, another is Shapa, is another karma. These two karmas made us to, I said that what happens if you speak? I want to know the language. I want to understand the knowledge system. Let us see what happens. I will call and I will, in such a way, I tried and number of people really blamed me, don't go behind like this. Yeru mantina maatadala deppoli, kornu mantina maatala turkelu mantina maatala deppara apuri. This was the term. Whoever, if they do some pseudo magic, and even 30 people, the Turks, if they make some pseudo magic, you cannot approve with any yaga, yajna, even with the Sudarshana yaga. People say that you cannot approve any magical, if they curse. That is why they do not want to hurt them actually. In such a way, the word is coined. ಏನು ಮಲ್ತಿನ ಮಾಟ ಅನ್ನಲ್ಲ, ಆರು ಸೇಯಿನ ಮಾಟಂ. Nobody can root out extension up to Chitradurga. That is a Tulu king Kadamba Varma. Because in the Chitradurga, you get Brahmi, this thing. There is one Varna Shasana, that is a color red ochre Shasana, that is in a color chalk they have made. That is it goes say around the 3rd century like that, the oldest. Raja Videyavarma Swami Namaha. This is the written. One Swami is become there and nearby Chitradurga there is one Tamatakallu is a place. Tamatakallu, there is a Padya Shasana is there, poetic way the Shasana is written. Next to that Shasana, there is a Tamil Vattadattui Akshara appeared. Airavatan Mahadevan, perhaps you may be aware of Airavatan Mahadevan, is a great scholar. He came, say 20-25 years back, and Sylvia, I think one of the professors, then she was student, now she is become professor, Sylvia, I think, and Selvi, yes, Selvi, she also came with Airavatan Mahadevan. And I want to see that what it is actually. And Airavatan Mahadevan said it is a Tamil lipi, it is Vattadatthu. It means, it says that the Tulu people or the Karnataka people had a very harmony in ruling and in giving and taking. It is so exciting for us to understand these things. The last, I will talk one inscription we noticed in 1994. One of the great eminent professor Kunchitaya, Dr. Venkatraja Kunchitaya, who brought out the Tulu Lipi and all epics. He, by eyesight,
until that day, when Nikitaya, he founded
Kalagari.
Until that day, we don't know that we used earlier days that Tulu script.
Yes.
Menna ಇದು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು ಚಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀವಿ. Especially Menna, we one chart. Later, Kunchitaya only found the peaks.
And he noticed one inscription in the Ulliyadka. Ulliyadka is a nearby, is a big forest actually. Only the laterites are there, have been seen. Okay. He, by eyesight, he reads some 14 letters. He reads. In that letter, he said maybe it is a Brahmin, it may be a Tulu Brahmin. Like he didn't have the power to say with big voice, this is so and so. After a few years from Tamil Nadu, one group of archaeology came and they said that we are the pioneers who found this Brahmi Lipi in Kerala in so and so place. I really wonder that. Earlier it was found by the Kunchitaya. How it become it is. Then Airavatan Mahadevan claims that you should make them to call it as a Tamil Brahmi. Tamil Brahmi. But I don't agree. It is a Tulu Brahmi because it is different. It is a Tulu Brahmi. Even I brought my book by mistake. My friend, he made again
means both languages don't have any similarities or what?
Yes.
Even in ancient times, now we are having similarities. Now we are having differences. What about in ancient time?
Tamil and
Was there any relationship was there or not?
No, in regarding language, it is the Tulu and Tamil together actually. In the earlier days. Okay. Even Anna Dorai.
So then if it is become megalithic or paleolithic,
No.
it's supposed to be one language, right?
Yes.
Whether it is Tulu or Tamil, it's supposed to be one language, right?
See, Anna Dorai, in his one of comment, book released, dictionary was released actually. Thereby, he says that the Tulu is the grandfather, but it didn't took very much.
Grandmother.
Therefore,
Another is
sorry. So, in this way, Tulu is the Ajja. He said, Ajja means grandfather. Okay.
Grandfather to all Dravidian
To all
languages.
all
Dravidian
Dravidian.
languages. Even if you look into the Kuppam University Dravidian chart, the first comes Tulu and then the
Tamil.
yes, Andhra Pradesh. So, however, these things has been happened, and only the first of its kind, the Tulu inscriptions appeared very recently. Some more than 60 inscriptions we have noticed and published on the Mangalore University, but it didn't take over. People are not even, yes, they are not so much excited in this regard. Because it is the mindset of the present thinkers, actually. This is how I felt. So, in this regard, again, we have, that is Vattadattu, or I visited to the Tanjavur temple, number of inscriptions are having, is related to Grantham and Tulu. Even when they write in the olden days, the Sanskrit was used, some of the important passage, the Sanskrit Devanagari, in place of Devanagari, they adopted Tulu script adapted. Such inscriptions available for us. Though it is a Grantha, his signature are some words of the deity is written in the Tulu. Still we have. Even in the Swamiji of the Ashtamata, Krishnamata, all the Swamijis, they used to sign in Tulu only. They are subject to sign in Tulu. Nowadays, few Swamijis shifted over to Devanagari.
Write the mantras, are saying mantras, they use Tulu this script. Later, I think even they taken to Kerala also.
No, Kerala, yes.
The priests who went from here to Kerala to the major the temples, they took these mantras in written in the Tulu script.
See, the Kerala has nationalized the Malayalam language, actually, in the year, say, around 1600. Kunjat Ramanujan Edutachan, he introduces, because how you know that is 1600? The Kunjattu Ramanujan Edutachan, when he wrote as a Mangala Padya, he used the Guruvayurappam Narayaniyam Shatakam. Narayaniyam Shatakam was written by the Narayana Bhattantila in 1600. So, then people understood, this was modified, changed, and so on. So, earlier it was Bhattantila.
Good evening to you. This is a poet bearing up. We are berries. ಈಗ ಕವಿತೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಕಲ್ಚರ್, ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಯುವರ್ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್, ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಯುವರ್ ಮೋಟಿವ್, ಎವ್ರಿಥಿಂಗ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಬೇರಿಂಗ ನಂಗ ಬೇರಿಂಗ ಬೇರಿಂಗ ನಂಗ ಬೇರಿಂಗ കടൽ രഘുരോ ഘട്ടത്തോലോ നിറഞ്ഞിട്ടുള്ളൊരു ബേരിങ്ങ കാസർഗോഡ് ദുബാർ കൂട്ടുള്ളൊരു ബേരിങ്ങ 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 ಬೆಲ್ತುಮಂಡು ಚಟ್ಟರೊಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಪಗಡಿ ಕೆಟ್ಟುರೋ ಬೇರಿನ ತುಳುನಾಡಲ್ಲಿ ಪೊರನು ಬಂದಂಗಾಯಪ್ಪಂ ಮಲ್ಲ ಬೇರೆಂಗ ತುಳುನಾಡಲ್ಲಿ ಪೊರನು ಬಂದಂಗಾಯಪ್ಪಂ ಮಲ್ಲ ಬೇರೆಂಗ ಕೃಷಿ ಬಾಣಿಯ ರಾಜ ಕಿಯ ಎಲ್ಲ ತುಳು ಮುನ್ನಲು ಕೃಷಿ ಬಾಣಿಯ ರಾಜ ಕಿಯ ಎಲ್ಲ ತುಳು ಮುನ್ನಲು ಕೈ ನರೋಡಿ ಕೊಡ್ಕೂರಾರಿ ಕಿರುಪ ನರನ್ಯೋ ಕಲ್ಬುಲು ಒಡೆಯರಂಗ ಪ್ರಧಾನಿಂಗ ಕಣ್ ಬಹದ್ದೂರುಂ ಬೇರಿಂಗ 51 ರಾಜಮನ ತನ್ನಡತಿಯ ಬೇರಿಂಗ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ನೀರಲ ಬಂದಾಂಡು ಕಟ್ಟದ ಕೋರಿಲು ಒಟ್ಟೈ ಬೆರಿಕೆ ಬಾರಿಲ ನೀರಲ ಬಂದಾಂಡು ಸಾದಿಡಿ ಬೀದಿಡಿ ಒಕ್ಕುದು ನಟ್ಟದು ತಿನ್ಪುಣ ನಂಕು ತೋಜುಂಡು ಸಾದಿಡಿ ಬೀದಿಡಿ ಒಕ್ಕುದು ನಟ್ಟದು ತಿನ್ಪುಣ ನಂಕು ತೋಜುಂಡು ಇದು ತುಳು ಪಠ್ಯಪುಸ್ತಕದಲ್ಲಿದೆ BA ಈ ಕವಿತೆ ನನಗೆ ಭಾಳ ಪ್ರೀತಿ ತುಳುಗೆ ಯಾರಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳೋದು ನನಗೆ ತಲೆಯಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗಲಿಲ್ಲ.
ಅದು ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ತಾಳೀಮ್ ಅಂತ ಇದೆ. ತಾಳೀಮ್ ಐ ಡೋಂಟ್ ನೋ ವಾಟ್ ಯು ಸೇ ಇನ್ ತಮಿಳ್. ತಾಳೀಮ್ ஒரு ಕಲಿಯದು ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಕಲರಿ ಬಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಒನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಸೀನಿಯರ್ ತಾಳೀಮ್ ಪ್ಲೇಯರ್.
ಕಟ್ಟುಡು ಕಾದುದು ಸೈಯರಗಾದೆ ಸಾಂಕಿಯರೇತಿ ಕೋರಿಲೆನು ಸೈತಿನ ಕೋರಿದ ಸಾರಡು ರೊಟ್ಟಿನ ಮುಕ್ಕುದು ಗುಡಿಯರ್ ಆರಿಗೆನು ಕಟ್ಟೊಡು ಕಾಡುದು ಸೈಯರೆಗಾಗಿ ಶಾಂತಿಯರೇಕು ಕೋರಿಲೆನು ಸೈತಿನ ಕೋರಿದ ಸಾರಡು ರೊಟ್ಟಿನ ಮುಕ್ಕುದು ಗುಡಿಯರ್ ಆರಿಗೆನು ಧರ್ಮದ ಜಾತ್ರ ಪುಡಾರಿಲೆ ಕೂಟೊಡು ಕೋರಿದ ಕಟ್ಟದ ಕಲವುಂಡು ಧರ್ಮದ ಜಾತ್ರ ಪುಡಾರಿಲೆ ಕೂಟೊಡು ಕೋರಿದ ಕಟ್ಟದ ಕಲವುಂಡು ಗಾಳಿನ ಪಾಡದು ಕಾದರ ಬುಡ್ನಗ ನೆತ್ತೆರು ಬೂರದಿ ನೆಲವೊಂದು ನೆತ್ತೆರು ಬೂರದಿ ನೆಲವೊಂದು ಅಂಕದ ಕಲಟು ತಂಕದ ಕೋರಿಲು ಜೀವನ ದೆಪ್ಪೆರೆ ಕಾದಿನಗ ಅಂಕದ ಕಲಟು ತಂಕದ ಕೋರಿಲು ಜೀವನ ದೆಪ್ಪೆರೆ ಕಾದಿನಗ ಎಲ್ಲದ ಬಲಿ ಎಂಕೊಲೆ ತೆರೆದಿರ ದೋದುನು ಕಟ್ಟದ ಕೆಲಪುವೆರಿ ಎಲ್ಲದ ಬಲಿ ನಮೆಂದೆ ಗೊತ್ತದ ದೋದುನು ಕಟ್ಟದ ಕೆಲಪುವೆರಿ ಬಾಲುನು ಕಟ್ಟುನ ಕೋರಿನ ದರ್ಪುನ ಸಾಂಕಿನವರಿಲ್ಲ ಸೈದಿಜ್ಜೆ ಬಾಲನು ಕಟ್ಟುನ ಕೋರಿನ ದರ್ಪುನ ಸಾಂಕಿನವರಿಲ್ಲ ಸೈದಿಜ್ಜೆ ಗೆಂದಡು ಸೋಪದ ಕಟ್ಟದ ಕೋರಿಲು ಬಿಸಲದೆ ಬೆಯ್ಯದೆ ಒರಿದಿಜ್ಜಿ.
ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲ ಅವರು ತುಂಬ ರಿಲೇಟ್ಸ್ ಬೇರೆ ಅಕಾಡೆಮಿ ಚೇರ್ ಬೇರೆ ಅಕಾಡೆಮಿ ಸ್ಥಾಪನೆ ಒನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ರೀಸನ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್ I don't know, the Banduru. So Banduru sir, he writes in Kannada, Tulu and Bari and Urdu also. He widely travels all over Karnataka. ಅರ್ಧ ನಿಮಿಷ ಮಾತಾಡುವ ಸಾಧಾರಣ ಬಂಡ ಮೂಲು ಕೊಂಕಣಿ ತುಳುತ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಪಾತಿರ್ತಾರೆ, ಬ್ಯಾರಿದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಪಾತಿರ್ದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಬ್ಯಾರಿ ಪದ್ಯ ಮಾತ್ರ ಬಂದೇರು ಮೊಹಮ್ಮದ್ ಪಾತಿರ್ದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಯಾನ್ ಪಾತಿರ್ಯಾರ BA ಮೊಹಮ್ಮದಲ್ಲಿ ಇಲ್ಲದೇ ಇದ್ದ ಕೋ ಬ್ರದರ್ ಬ್ರೈನ್ ಎಂಬ್ರೇಜ್ ರಾತ್ರಿ ಅದು ಸೀರಿಯಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ತಿರ್ಬೋದು ಸರ್ ಇಪ್ಪತ್ತಾನೆ ಮಿನಿಟ್ಸ್ ಲೆಕ್ಕ ಅವು ಕುಡ್ದಾಗಿ ಬರ್ರೆ ಅಂಚ ಶಂಸುದ್ದೀನ್ ಸರ್ನೇ 18 ಗಂಟೆಗೆ 18:30 ನಾನು ಫೋನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಕಲಿತೀನಿ ದಾಯಿಗೆ ಬರೋದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಬಂತಿದ್ದೆ ಬಚ್ಚಿ ಬೊಕ್ಕ ಬಣ್ಣಿ ಆ ವಿಷಯ. ಸೊ ಆರ್ ಪ್ರಾಮಿಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೆ ರಕ್ಲಿಗೆ ಐ ಪ್ರಾಮಿಸ್ ಯು ಟು email we will send all the details of various and very community, history, literature and culture, all things. So ಮೂಲ ಇತ್ತಿನ ಅಕ್ಲಿಗೆ ರೆಗ್ಯುಲರ್ ಬ್ಯಾರಿದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಕನ್ನಡೊಂದಿದ್ದೆ ಅಕ್ಲಿಗೆ ಬೋರ್ಡ್ ಆಯ್ತು. ಸೊ ಅಕ್ಲಿಗೆ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತಿ ಸರ್ ಕಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಕೊಡ್ತೇವೆ. ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಯು ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂ ಮ್ಯಾಂಗ್ಳೂರ್
Tomorrow also? Tomorrow you are if possible, you visit to our office, Barry Academy office. You have my number, no? My mobile number. So, ಅಷ್ಟೇ.
ಗರಡಿ ಮನೆ ಬಂದ ಸಲೆ ಬೇರಿನ ಬಲ್ಲಾಲವ ಗೇಟಿರವ ಚೆರಿಪಾಂಡೇಲುಂ ಬೇರಿನ ಅಲಿಯರವ ಪಟ್ಟಿಪ್ಪಾಡಿ ಚೆರಿಪಾಂಡೇಲುಂ ಬೇರಿನ ಗುತ್ತುರವ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಮನೆ ಮಠದ ಮನೆ ಬೇರಿನ ಬೇರಿಂಗ ನಂಗ ಬೇರಿಂಗ ಬೇರಿಂಗ ನಂಗ ಬೇರಿಂಗ ತಾಲಿಮಲು ತರ್ಕತುಲು ಮುನ್ನೋಲು ಬೇರಿಂಗ ಹರ್ಕತುಲುಂ ಬರ್ಕತುಲುಂ ನೊರഞ്ഞിട്ടുള്ളೋ ಬೇರಿಂಗ ಕೋಲು ಕಲಿ ರಂಗ್ ಪಿಲಿ ದಪ್ಪು ಕಲಿಲು ಬೇರಿಂಗ ಕಂಬುಲತ್ತಲಿ ಎದ್ದುರೊಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಓಡಿಯೊನ್ ತಿನ್ನರಿ ಬೇರಿನ ಕಂಬುಲತ್ತಲಿ ಎದ್ದುರೊಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಓಡಿಯೊನ್ ತಿನ್ನರಿ ಬೇರಿನ ಎತ್ತುಕಾರಿ ചെത്തുകാരി പാട്ടുകാരി ಬೇರಿನ സാഹിത്യത്തിൽ ചെമ്മ പേര് എത്തിരറി ಬೇರಿನ പോലീസിലും പൊട്ടാത്തിലും സർക്കാരത്തിലും പേരിന മന്ത്രിയായിട്ട് നല്ല പേര് കൊന്നിരറി പേരിന ദീന് പഠിച്ച് പടിപാട്ട് രോമയിലറങ്ങും പേരിന ലേസറൗറെ ചീനക്കോലു ഉദ്ദു ഊതി കൊറ്റും ചിന്നറി പേരിന ತುಳುನಾಡು ಬೆಳೆಯೋ ಸಮುದಾಯ ಬೇರಿನ ತುಳುನಾಡು ಬೆಳೆಯೋ ಸಮುದಾಯ ಬೇರಿನ ಎಲ್ಲರೊಟ್ಟಿಗೂ ಕೂಡಿ ಪಾಡಿ ಸಂದೋಲ್ತುಲ್ಲೋ ಬೇರಿನ ಎಲ್ಲರೊಟ್ಟಿಗೂ ಕೂಡಿ ಪಾಡಿ ಸಂದೋಲ್ತುಲ್ಲೋ ಬೇರಿನ ಸಂದಲ್ತುಲ್ಲೋ ಬೇರಿನ ಸಂದಲ್ತುಲ್ಲೋ ಬೇರಿನ. Thank you.
I know about you only about 2-3 hours back. My name is Shamshuddin. I'm a writer, very writer, Kannada also. So our academy president Janab Umar Sahib told me to come here. I didn't know what for. Only after coming here I came to know. So I didn't bring anything. And actually the memory power is also very weak. So only one thing I suggest. I have many, what do you say, books about Barry. So I will collect the points and send it to you if you give me your email ID. Okay. But one thing I want to tell you is, Kerala is our border state. So the influence of Malayalam is okay, we can understand it. But the influence of Tamil in Barry, I have found more than 30 words in Barry and Tamil only. For example, Tanni. I don't remember the words now actually, but we have to find out why. What is that influence on this Barry language from Tamil? Actually, we have to find out. It is a researchable point. So there are many things like that we have to, we have to go through.
And Arabic word also.
Okay, that is there. Arabic we can understand. Malayalam also we can understand. But Tamil,
Why?
yes, it is far away from you. And there is no actually connection between Kerala and, Tamil Nadu and...
Now we are separated.
Yes. So that is what we have to find out. Okay. Sorry, I will send you definitely. You give me your ID, the email ID. Okay. Thank you. Sorry.
This song is written by Manohar Sardesai and it is sung by Asha Bhosle originally. So I'm going to try to sing that.
Company song
Asha Bhosle.
ते मराठी
huh?
He should sing Tamil also. Sung Tamil also.
He's a Kongu writer.
मरबपेशा सुकन्या पिनान भूपाळेलो मरबपेशा सुकन्या पिनान भूपाळेलो चंद्रपेशा मनात माझ्या सूर्या भेटेलो चंद्रपेशा मनात माझ्या सूर्या भेटेलो मळबपेशा सुकन्या पिनान भूपाळेलो नक्षत्राची आरती अशी कोणे पालैली नक्षत्राची आरती अशी कोणे पालैली धरतरीच्या पाचव्या हाशात कोंबडी जागेली धरतरीच्या पाचव्या हाशात कोंबडी जागेली मळबपेशा सुकन्या पिनान भूपाळेलो उमेदीच्या पाखाकाता मागणी कूच मारो उमेदीच्या पाखाकाता मागणी कूच मारो अंगार माझ्या भंगराशीवर उज्ज्वलाचो धारो मळबपेशा सुकन्या पिलान भूपाळेलो रात काळी उल्ली फाटी फोडार दिता हार पावल माझो पडता जे तिच्या भुंयेर वार मळबपेशा सुकन्या पिनान भूपाळेलो भूपाळेलो भूपाळेलो
A famous person who has written poems, lot of books from Goa. I have analyzed so many of his poems, and it is so emotional. This is mainly about the nature. It is about the sky. It is about the sea. The Suknya Pilla is the actually the bird. Sparrow. The small sparrows. Now we are getting it extinguished. We are not seeing it all. But Gubbachi. ಅದರ ವಿಷಯ ಇಷ್ಟು ಸುಂದರವಾಗಿ ಬರೆದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. English. Sorry. He has written so nicely. Not only this song, many songs. And somebody was surprised when it was said that Asha Bhosle sang it. Asha Bhosle, Lata Mangeshkar are Kokadi people. They were in Goa.
They are from Goa. They are from Goa.
So, and a lot of Kokadi songs have come into our Hindi movies also. When I talk about Kokadi, I will explain about this. If I try to explain this word by word, as sir said, it may go up to 9 o'clock.
See, I'll tell about the Mangeshkar. Lata Mangeshkar, Asha Bhosle, Mangeshi. From Ponda, if you are going to Panji, Mangeshi temple, where their original house was there. And Dinanand Mangeshkar, father of Lata Mangeshkar, was a dramatist, and because of the Devadasi, they were considered inferior. So they were not equivalent.
So he was having a drama troupe and he was going away from place to place and all. Till recently that house was there because they wanted to expand that Agrishala. They demolished it, but they have built a special house from the Mangeshkar house. It is still there, of a new one. So they are from Goa, but Lata Mangeshkar was born in Hindu. That's the only thing. So because of the religious and the social interaction, they were kept away because of the lower grade, because Devadasis. That's the only thing. Otherwise, they are from Goa.
The prominent thing in all the places, Brahmin, non-Brahmin, Devadasis.
She is supposed to be respectable.
Yeah.
She sung more than
50,000 songs.
15,000. Her name is recorded in Guinness. And she sung most of the Indian.
Most of the languages,
Not
yeah.
only South Indian. Most of the Indian languages. She sang.
So, good evening, everybody. I'm so fortunate to be among you because as I was not told much about it, and I asked sir when I came. He said, and I was very happy because I had some questions about Konkani and Tamil in my mind. Now I think I can clarify that with you. So I was told to speak about Konkani. I think except 3 here. No Konkanis are there. And in this area, as I have come to survey the place, culture and everything, Konkani and Tulu goes hand in hand with the culture of Karnataka, particularly South India, Kerala, Kasaragod and all. So, first of all, sir has taken you to a very deep knowledge. So, let me speak very, in a casual way to come, so that you can come out from that deep knowledge concentration and be a little free. So, Konkani, we have heard Konkani. What is Konkani? Is Konkani a language? Is Konkani a caste? Is Konkani a culture? Is Konkani a land? So, I face this problem. Being a Konkani, speaking Konkani, I have worked for 37 years in bank in various places. But I didn't know much about my culture. When I was working in Hubli, they asked me from which place you are. I said, Mangalore, I'm a Konkani. You cannot be a South Indian, she said, because you don't resemble South Indian. Your language is not a South Indian, and your food habits are not South Indian. Okay, for a South Indian, I'm not a South Indian. Then one Brahmin colleague told me, you cannot be a Brahmin because you're eating fish. So I'm not a Brahmin. Okay, next I went to Goa. I was many years in Goa. So there were a lot of North Indians in Goa. First when I came, I don't know how, they considered me as a North Indian. But slowly they said, you cannot be North Indian. I think you are a South Indian because you wear silk saris. All your gold and diamond things resemble South Indian, particularly Tamilian, the diamond earrings and all. So you cannot be North Indian because you don't have that North Indian style, you don't have that North Indian way of dressing. Okay, that means I am not a North Indian. That who am I? Who is a Konkani? Because most of you may not be knowing. I also didn't know at that time to answer properly. So when I retired from banking service and when they had MA in Konkani, I thought, yeah, this is the time I have to learn about my own language and own culture. So I did mine. So all of my questions were answered. So tell you what is Konkani, I may have to turn the pages of history. Actually, we are in South India, but we are Aryans. Konkani is an Indo-Aryan who migrated from Central Asia to Kashmir and Punjab and then settled in Konkan area, that is the western coastal line of our India. Actually, we settled in the bank of Saraswati River. Why? Because Aryans were Vedic people. They wanted to perform Veda performances, and so they came to Saraswati River. And Saraswati, whenever there is a river, it's very easy to cultivate. Farmers, you can have a very nice living. So they were living near the Saraswati River in the banks for many, many years. Then how is that they are in South India? We had to migrate. The Konkanis have to migrate. That time they were not called Konkanis. Till the 7th century, the Konkani word was not used. So these people, Vedic people, came from north, migrated towards south, and they have come to so many states in search of livelihood, in search of to retain their culture, their Vedic things and all. So we can see Konkanis in 5 to 6 states. Konkanis are there in Gujarati. There is one district is their entirely Konkan speaking area. And Konkanis are there in Maharashtra, in Goa, in Karnataka, and also in Kerala. Kerala, lot of places Konkanis are there. Kochi, Kasaragod, Manjeshwar, lot of places Konkanis are there. So see the impact of the culture, the geographical conditions, the weather conditions on Konkani people. So Konkani people have sustained all that, taken good things from every religion, every culture, but they have retained their originality. Now, I think this is the only language spoken by 3 religions. There are Konkani Muslims, there are Nawaites.
There are 4 Muslim communities.
Yeah, 4 Muslim communities. Actually, there are 42 communities who speak Konkani. Out of that, 4 communities are Muslim, 4 communities are Christians, and others are Hindus. But in these Hindus, there are Brahmins, there are fisher folk, there are all sorts of people. Karvi iddare, Kurmi iddare, ಎಲ್ಲ ತರ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. Even ಇದು ಸಹ ಮೊದಲೆಲ್ಲ ಬೇರೆ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡೋರು ಸಹ ಇದ್ರು. All caste and creed are there in Konkani. So we can't say Konkani is a caste. We can say Konkani is a culture. Konkani is a religion by itself because it has included all 3 religions. It is there in 5 to 6 states. It is there in Daman and Diu. It is there in Nagರದ. Everywhere, that is the western coast of full India, Konkanis are there.
What script you use?
I'll come to the language a little later after going to history, why we have come to so many things. Okay, then we were in Saraswati bank or Saraswati river. Why we had to come here? When the Saraswati river died, it's dried. They are telling now died. It is not started drying. People didn't have food. So why we eat fish? One of the reasons. That time people were dying because of not of food, and they were not getting this. Beta was not being because people, it was going by mouth to mouth. It would have extinguished. So the Rishi said, you eat fish and survive so that you can retain the Vedas, you can retain the culture. It is no harm. You eat fish. That's why we are the only Brahmins eating fish. Now everybody eats everything. West Bengal also, yes, because West Bengal also. And we are also, we're in Bengal, in a place called Gouda. That's why we are known as Gouda Saraswati. We were in Dwarka. That's why we are also known as Dorkes. You must have heard Dorka. Because that came not from anywhere. We were in Dwarka, so we came from Dwarka, so we are known as Dorkes. Okay, so we started migrating. We came to Gujarat, as I told you, Maharashtra, Goa, Kerala, and all that. In Kerala we came. Now, what happened? I'll concentrate on Goa now. In 1310, the Bami king of Turkestan invaded Goa. So, little Arabic culture came into the life of the country. But in 1370, it was invaded by Vijayanagar king, and he ruled it for 100 years. That time Kannada culture came into Konkanis. You see the impact on this caste. Kannada culture came into this. So we have lot of words. If I can, I will talk. I am not giving example. For example, Duddu. Duddu is Kannada word. We use Duddu. Bagilu. We say Bagilu. So these are the words actually taken from Kannada, they say. So we had that Kannada. And for 100 years, the main problem took place. I am not talking about caste return. Please excuse me, I am talking about history, not about any caste or anything. In 1510, Goa was invaded by the Portuguese. Till that time, there was no much of problem. Because what happened is they came to Goa with the help of Bhavans only. And then they said, we'll retain your culture, we will not trouble you anything. And they studied Konkani, the commissionaries studied Konkani, and they wrote books in Konkani so that they can mix with the local people, and it was easy for conversion. That was the reason. Okay. But the problem took place in 1560 when the Inquisition took place. I don't know if you all know about Inquisition. Inquisition was just conversion by hook or crook, by troubling, and if you don't follow the order, you are directly put into jail, and the result was only death. They have burned 75 people alive, the sum of the book says, because they have not followed. And that time, Konkani came down in declined. You can say that that language died because if you speak in Konkani, you were just killed. And lot of Konkani books were burned. You may ask me where were Konkani books. For your knowledge, Jnaneshwari by Sant Jnaneshwar was written in Konkani. But you ask me what was that language called till the 7th century? It was called as Prakrit. Prakrit is Vedic Sanskrit. Vedic Sanskrit knowledge was known as Prakrit. But it was not understood by a lot of people. So Santa Namdev wrote the same Janeshwari in simple Konkani in the form of Abhanga. You can get lot of proof for that. Yo Datara, De Datara. The lady says to Krishna, come and secure me. Somebody has taken my clothes. You can get all these Konkani words in Jnaneshwari. So Konkani language was there. It was known as Prakrit, but not Konkani. Now from there, Konkani started declining. People were not used to use Konkani. That's the reason we migrated. The people from North Goa went to Maharashtra and the upper part. The people from South Goa came to Karwar, North Canara, South Canara, Kerala. Normally Christians came to South Canara. And the Muslim came to Bhadkat, a nearby place of Bhadkat. That's why they are known as the Namaites. There are other community also, Konkani speaking, Jalmi, Jamait, Nawait, all these Muslim communities who speak Konkani, but I have heard their Konkani. It's a mixture of Urdu and Konkani now. That is because the impact of the religion and other things. So, in spite of all these things, we have Konkanis have migrated from north, come to state, but they have retained their culture. At the same time, they have taken all good things from others. Now, I remember when I was in Hubli, one person said, how your cuisine is so different. We use the coconut oil, we use coconut as it is used in Kerala, almost daily. Okay, we use rye or mustard as it is used by North Indians in every tadka. And our speciality, patrado. I don't know if you know. Patrado is a version of aloo vadi of Maharashtra and patra of Gujarat. We eat dal as North Indians every day, but we eat rice every day like South Indians. We eat bamboo shoot like Assamese. So what are we? What are the Konkani? Konkani is a mixture of all cultures, all religions, and that's why we are the most tolerant people. We can tolerate anybody, we can get adjusted anybody, we can go to any place and get settled. Think of Karnataka, people came from Goa and northern states. You see any field of Karnataka, literature, Pancha Mangesh Rao, Manjeshwar Govind Pai, Karnat Sadashiv Rao, Anand Pai, all are very good in literature. See Hindi cinema, Gurudat, Shankarna, Ananda, Indra Padakone, Chemical. Then this one, Radhika Pandit now Chitra Shanai, Suresh, all these people are companies. So the see the business. Syndicate Bank, Canara Bank was founded by the company. Corporation Bank, Corporation Bank, there was one Muslim in the founder. That is not told, but the founders of Corporation Bank, there was one Muslim. Haji. Think of education institution, Manipal Medical College, Manipal College of Engineering, LOCS College, then Canara College, and St. Agnes College, where I studied for all these years. And first women education was sponsored and promoted by Subba Rao of Canara College, and also the Besant College, they started women's college. So in spite of having all the struggles, everything, if you ask what is a Konkani, Konkani is a person who can stand the struggles and still try to come up in life. That is what I can see. I'm not praising, but I'm just going on. Still it is going on. Still it is going on. And Goa is a place, if you hear them, and the old stories, how they have struggled and suffered, and still they have maintained. Then what happened? I'll come to the Konkani language. Konkani language declined completely because we are not allowed to speak Konkani. It was told that the language of the kitchen, cuisines, language. Hussein is a person who works in the, because only in the kitchen is to whisper in Konkani. They were not allowed to talk in Konkani. So it declined completely. But the great person, Shanai Goiba, started a mission. He started collecting together all Konkanis, irrespective of caste and creed. There were Muslims in that mission, in the Chalwadi, there were Christians, there were Hindus, all over India, and the struggle went on, and Konkani became the official language of Goa. Now it is the state language of Goa, and Konkani became the 22nd language in the 8th schedule of the Indian Constitution. So Konkani language has sustained all these years, and now Konkani language is spoken by 42 communities in so many states. As I told you, the original script was Prakrit, that was the Sanskrit script. But now they have adopted Devanagari as the official script. But in Maharashtra, people write Konkani books in Marathi. In Karnataka, we write in Kannada language. In Kerala, people write Konkani books in Malayalam language. So, the Konkanis were always bilingual. They had a supporting language very close to them. So they were efficient in 2-3 languages. Now I am coming to this word, Konkan. How this Konkan word came? There is lot of controversy about this Konkan. Kon, K-O-N, K-A-N, Konkan. There are 2-3 stories about this. One which is, you can see in Purana says, Parashurama created Sapta Konkani Pradesh. That is the full coastal area of western coastal area. He had conquered all the kings and he wanted to do penance. He wanted to do some big yajna. He wanted a peaceful place. So he went to the sea. He threw an arrow and he requested the sea god, like the Samudra Devata, to give me place and you go back till the arrow is landed, you give me that place. So he got that place and it was extended to 7 places. It was known as Sapta Konkana. Sapta Konkani later. So what is that Kon? Kon is, even in Kannada you have the word Kona. That is the angle. Kan is a space. Space of land. So Konkana is a space with the angle. So that is because it's the western Ghats to the sea, it is forming an angle. That's why it's known as Konkana. Now, when I heard about Yola coming from Tamil Nadu.
Konam is Tamil.
Huh?
Konam is Tamil.
No, I come to that. When I came to know that Yola coming, I just thought about one thing which I have heard long back and I wanted to clarify. A.C. Barnum wrote one book, The Elements of South India. Then in that he said, Konkan is a word from Tamil because Konkanapura is placed in Salem. I don't know if you all know, you can go back and think about it. The Salem district, the Coimbatore district and Gangavadi was known as Kongunadu in Tamil.
Yes.
Correct? Yeah. Kongunadu in Tamil. The first king of Ganga dynasty was a Konkana. At that time, what they meant about Konkana, I don't know. Was a Konkana. And he ruled Konkanapura and Konkanapalli in Kongunadu. So, he says the word Konkan came from Tamil and it's a word common to South India. So, the people have migrated, but the Konkan name came because of this. So, there are so many controversies. So, this is about literature. Regarding culture, if we think about, now when she was singing a song, I remember how much Konkani music has influenced our Hindi cinema. In 1957, an Asha picture came. I don't know if you remember that song. It became a hit. In that, Makanaka word was used. Inaminatika, Makanaka. That Makanaka, I don't want. That is a It became a Konkani. It was written by C. Ramachandra and his assistant was John Gomes from Goa. Because every Goan house at that time was a joint family and in every house they had a harmonium and tabla. That much music was flowing into people of Konkani. But what happened, the Portuguese invasion introduced Western music also. That was actually a boon. Western music also they introduced. And then all the folk songs which were in Konkani took the drums and beats of the Western song. You must have heard in Bobby picture. It is very famous thing. Okay, forget about the pictures. If you remember 2007 World Cup cricket, the advertisement for Nike was a Konkani song composed by Chris, and it was sung by Lorna. Lorna is a famous Konkani singer. So, Konkani songs have gone to Bollywood also, and there are a lot of dances which we see in the processions these days are originally from the Konkan Pradesh. The Deepa Nach, that they keep the big Deepas on the head and they dance. That is from the temples of Goa. Then the Mand, the Dhalo, the Khed, Gondi Badi, all these things are from Goa. So, even though Konkani people are a mixture of Dravidians and Aryan culture, they have contributed to all fields of life in India. And wherever Konkani people are, they are having a very harmonious life with the other people of that place. Because people got used to shifting from place to place and then getting adjusted to that place. I am concluding this because I know the time is running out. I can go on speaking. If you have any questions, you can please.
Or better than me. This region, whoever ruled the Alupas, they ruled for 1,000 years. There are Vijayanagara and there are for later stage Hyder Ali or Tipu. There are British. But all these 2,000 years, their language, official language, is Kannada only. But even though we survived, there is a greatness of Tulu. From last 2,000 years, somebody select within our end. So even that we don't say exploitation, but we are not given or focused or like say whenever why we are asking our language should be go to the institute or the second official language means nowadays also if the government or the government system is back up, then only we can reach or we can sustain. After independence, again Kannada is our official language. Even though we sustain, particularly the region, this Udupi district, South Kerala, and part of Kasaragod. One more thing, the literature. See, we went to a library. I don't know, around 4,000 to 5,000 books written in Tulu. When missionaries came this place, Bashal missionaries, 1872, that time the first book came, they written one book about grammar, brigade. That's the first book. Thereafter, they only started till around 1920, like that. They only started lithography printing unit. The first printing unit started in Bangalore. Lithography means with the stone pressing. So they only started to print the books. In the later stage, U.S. Paniadi is from as a freedom writer and as a Tulu promoter from Udupi. He started one moment. We the people of this region, we have to write and we have to publish. Hello, sir. Tulu Sahitya Malaya anta ಅವರು ಒಂದು process start ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. Then our people also started to write. So later stage, again this Basi mission people only started the schools in our region. 1838, first school starts in Mangalore. Afternoon we went to that hotel, no? The next to that area, there's some Kanduk or Niresha. The first school started at there. Then it's shifted to Car Street, the very next part of that. Still that school is there. There's a first school. Then they started school in Udupi, Mudugedre, and this region. So by the grace of them, we got we started to read and write, thereafter, the literary movement of in Tulu also started. Whatever we see the forms of writings in Kannada or Malayalam, that all forms came in Tulu also. Mahakavyas, Ramayana, Bharata, there is even the earlier 15th century also Sir told Olegari. It's also written, but what I'm saying, the later modern era, then dramas, then the local histories and folk things, each and everything. Our own scholars, the scholars from the outside, Sir mentioned Peter Tiklas or Larianko, like that. So many people and our younger generation. So we covered each and every literary form. Novels. There are so many novels, and dramas particularly. In the early days, the beginning of this 20th century, drama, particularly Tulu drama is a very popular in each and every village, like Tamil or Malayalam. Whichever village you go, there is one team of people. Once in a year, they present one drama. There's one writer in that regional village, one director, and a team of artists. So that drama people, they took this Tulu more popular and in depth little bit. Kandanataka. He used to say Kandanataka. Kanda means field, paddy field. After cultivation, it's just like a ground, no? With some events related to school or with the event related to temples. So we used to play our drama at that field. So it's a local drama. So it became one part and parcel of our Tulnad. So drama is the main force and source of Tulu. The later stage means from last 40 years. This drama became again more popular. Means there are so many troops started. They took the teams to Bombay, then to Gulf also. Mr. K.N. Taylor is the first hero of our Tulu film industry. 1971, the first film comes in released in Tulu, Enna Tangadi. Enna Tangadi means my sister. Then later, after a few months, Tare Puredi, the second film. So far, we crossed 100 films. So these, those who are performing dramas at that time, then they launched to film industry. So after 1970, Tulu film industry also become very popular. Now it's called as coastal wood. So many people, so many artists are actors involved. So nowadays, this Tulu film also reach everywhere part of globe, wherever Tulu people, so almost most part of the girl or Australia or US or UK, you can say Tulu people. Wherever they settle, when one film is released here means simultaneously it is released there also. So nowadays this drama and film taking Tulu a little bit outside also. So this is the one thing. We are unfortunately we are not added the 8th schedule of constitution. But now from last 20 years that demand is going on. At that time there is only 4 languages are in the list. Which are in queue, but now it's more than 60-70 languages are in the queue. So we don't know when we will add it. In the state also, we are asking Tulu should be there is a additional official language. Most of the states in Kerala, Hyderabad, Telangana, West Bengal, Delhi, there are 2-3 languages as a state official language. Government given assurance, but it's not process going on. But even though this government of Karnataka in the year 1994 this Karnataka Tulu Academy started. That is the first official status or recognition given to Tulu language. That same year, this Konkani Academy also started in the year 1994. That time, our own person means Dr. Veerappa Moidi, he is the Chief Minister of Karnataka that time. He is a Tulu person. Next to our Taluk, Karkala, belongs to. The later, I think 2010, Barry Academy started. 2007. One of the key force person behind the starting the Tulu the Barry Academy is Mr. Umar. He worked or gone with that movement for more than 10 years. Then later stage that academy also started. There is then one more thing. Tulu as a state syllabus, it's introduced in 2010 in a state primary school and high school. It's as a third language from 6 to 10. So most of the South Kerala and Udupi district people used to study that. Every year, nearly 1,000 students appear for the SLC examination. Later stage, Bangalore University also introduced it as a degree curriculum, as a third language. Later, at the same time, 2018, again, the masters started. MA in Tulu. MA in Tulu is also going on. That's all proud. But the plus two, that is still not started. So we are demanding that. And we are nearby future, we are expecting that also. Why means, say, even though this is small language, either in our Konkani or Bari or Tulu, if at all it's introduced in the school campus, our education system, then only it will survive for further 50 years or more like that. So that is the one thing. Then Ekshagana is also a very popular art form of this region. But most of the Ekshagana played in Kannada only. But even though there are so many groups, they play in Tulu also. So in this region, even though they play in Kannada also, our people bear the knowledge of mythology or Puranas or Ramayana or Mahabharata. How it came means because of this Ekshagana. There is one tool. Okay, sir. Maklege. Sadharana Purana Kate Gite Mata Gutta of the Ekshagana one of the reason. Anything else I left? Before that question.
That is diversity, learn of diversity, language diversity. We can't say anywhere in India. After the linguistic state, what is it? How do you feel that? That's a good question. And that do you feel any threat from Kannada majoritarian language, that is Kannada nationalism, language nationalism? And third, how you are maintaining between the Biharian Tulu and these also. Your common language is Kannada. In between we are talking Kannada, okay? I want to just two questions that
after the linguistic state in 1956, the most suffered people from Kasaragod area. Actually, that time they used to be added to Karnataka. Unfortunately, it went to Kerala. 70% of that region people used to speak Kannadigas. Till 1972, the Kannada Ekikirana Samiti, they only formed one political forum and they used to win 3 seats, MLA seats in that region. Later went on. So still they are suffering and struggling. So these, in our belt, we are not suffered. So they are the, suffered. What was the second question? Kannada nationalism, here we won't feel like that in this region because it's a multicultural, multilinguistic, we have no such issues. sometimes in Bangalore, small groups, sometimes they will just simply knock that issue. Otherwise, it's not a big issue. Then the language of this land, particular this area, is a Tulu. See if this man speaks Konkani in his home, or Sumar speaks Bhari in his home, when this all people come outside the home, no, they speak Tulu. So this is because of that this is a Tulu.
Because of Tulu people, Tulu is living.
No, everyone, the common administrative, common language is Tulu for each and every community. Yeah, in the public life. Yeah. Yes.
How it happens actually?
And also from the tradition and from the history itself, the language of this area is Tulu only.
What about in Kasaragod?
Kasaragod, the major part Tulu and Kannada. But what happened after the separation of the state? No. But sir, thank you. It belongs to Kerala. Then Malayalam domination. Each and every Kannada schools closed. And no priority to Kannada people. So they migrated or they shifted or they adopted Malayalam. Everywhere. See, whenever the government dominate means we can't survive. No? So thank you. We'll discuss outside.
ಭಾರಿ ದೂರ ಇರ್ತದೆ, ತುಂಬಾ ದೂರದಿಂದ ಬಂದಂತ ನಮ್ಮ ದೊಡ್ಡ ನೆಂಟರು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು. ನಾನು ತಮಿಳುನಾಡಿಂದ ಬಂದಿದ್ದೇನೆ, ನಮ್ಮ ವಿಷಯಗಳನ್ನು ತಿಳ್ಕೋಬೇಕಂತ. ಅವರಿಗೆ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರಗಳು. ಹಾಗೆ ಕೊಂಕಣಿ ಸಾಹಿತ್ಯ ಅಕಾಡೆಮಿಯವರು ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಅವರಿಗೂ ನನ್ನ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರಗಳು. ಹಾಗೂ ತುಂಬಾ ಪರಿಚಯ ಇದ್ದಂತಹ ಬ್ಯಾರಿ ಸಾಹಿತ್ಯ ಅಕಾಡೆಮಿಯ ಅಧ್ಯಕ್ಷರು ಮತ್ತು ಸರ್ವ ಸದಸ್ಯರಿಗೂ ನನ್ನ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರಗಳು. ಬಹುಶಃ ನನಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಕಷ್ಟ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಯಾಕಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ತುಳು ಸಾಹಿತ್ಯ ಅಕಾಡೆಮಿ ಇದೆ, ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಬ್ಯಾರಿ ಸಾಹಿತ್ಯ ಅಕಾಡೆಮಿ ಇದೆ, ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಕೊಂಕಣಿ ಸಾಹಿತ್ಯ ಅಕಾಡೆಮಿ ಇದೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಕೊರಗ ಸಾಹಿತ್ಯ ಅಕಾಡೆಮಿ ಇಲ್ಲ. ನಾನು ಯಾವುದರ ಆಧಾರದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತಾಡುದು ಅಂತ ನನಗೆ ಕನ್ಫ್ಯೂಷನ್. ಬಹುಶಃ ನಾನು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು, ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಯಾರು ಎಂಬುದು ಸರ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ವಿವರವಾಗಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಕಾಣುತ್ತೆ. ಈಗ ನಾನು ಒಂದೆರಡು ವಿಷಯಗಳನ್ನು ತಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಿಕೆ ಇಚ್ಛಿಸುತ್ತೇನೆ. ನಮ್ಮ ಸಮುದಾಯ, ಇಡೀ ಈ ಪ್ರಪಂಚ ಭೂಕಂಪ ಭೂಕಂಪ ಆಗಿ ಪ್ರಳಯ ಆಗಿ ಆಗುವಾಗ ಎಲ್ಲ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿದರೂ ನೀರುಗಳು. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಹಿರಿಯರು ಕೂಡ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ನಮ್ಮ ದೊಡ್ಡ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಸಾಹಿತಿಗಳು ಕೂಡ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಅದನ್ನು. ಇದು ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದಲ್ಲ, ಒಂದು ಡೋಲು ಆ ನೀರಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ಡೋಲಿನ ಒಳಗೆ ಒಂದು ಗಂಡು ಮತ್ತು ಒಂದು ಹೆಣ್ಣು, ಇಬ್ರು ಮಾತ್ರ, ಇಡೀ ಪ್ರಪಂಚದಲ್ಲಿ ಇಬ್ರು ಮಾತ್ರ ಪ್ರಳಯ ಆದ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಉಳಿದದ್ದು ಆ ಡೋಲಿನ ಒಳಗೆ. ಆವಾಗ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಈ ಸೂರ್ಯದೇವರ ಒಂದು ಸಂದೇಶ ಬರ್ತದಂತೆ. ಯಾಕಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಈ ದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾರು ಇಲ್ಲ, ಈಗ ನೀವಿಬ್ಬರೇ ಉಳಿದದ್ದು, ನೀವಿಬ್ರು ಕೂಡ ಮಿಲನ ಆಗಿ ಇನ್ನು ಮುಂದೆ ಸಂಖ್ಯೆ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕು ನಮ್ಮ ದೇಶಕ್ಕೆ ಅಂತ ಸಂದೇಶ ಬರ್ತದೆ. ಆವಾಗ ಇಬ್ರು ಕೂಡ ಬಹಳ ಚಿಂತೆಗೀಡಾಗಿ ಏನು ಮಾತಾಡದೆ ಮೌನವಾಗಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ನಂತರ ಅವರ ಮನಸ್ಸಿನ ಒಳಗೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಸಂದೇಶ ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಬಹುಶಃ ದೇವರ ಒಂದು ಸಂದೇಶ ಬಂದಿದೆ, ಆ ದೇವರ ಸಂದೇಶಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ತಪ್ಪಿ ನಡೆದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಏನು ಶಾಪ ಆಗುತ್ತೋ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಏನು ತೊಂದರೆ ಆಗುತ್ತೋ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ನೀರು, ಪ್ರಳಯದ ನೀರು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ತಗ್ತಾ ಹೋದಾಗ ಒಂದು ಮೂಲೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಬದಿಗೆ ಸರಿತಂತೆ. ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಅಷ್ಟರವರೆಗೆ ಯಾರು ಕೂಡ ಇರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ, ನಮ್ಮ ಕೊರಗ ಸಮುದಾಯ ಮಾತ್ರ ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದು, ಮತ್ತೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸಮುದಾಯಗಳು ಆಗಿತ್ತು ಅಂತ ಸಾಹಿತಿಗಳು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಲ್ಲ. ಬಹುಶಃ ಇದು ಎಷ್ಟು ನಂಬ್ತೀರಾ ಬಿಡ್ತೀರಾ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ನನಗೆ. ಮತ್ತು ನಮ್ಮ ಭಾಷೆ ಕೂಡ ನಾವು ಈಗ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ 18,000 ಕೂಡ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಬಹಳ ನಮ್ಮ ಒಂದು ದುಃಖದ ವಿಷಯ. ಯಾಕಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಸ್ವಾತಂತ್ರ್ಯ ಪೂರ್ವದಲ್ಲಿ 1947ರಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾರೋ ಒಬ್ಬರು ಪುಣ್ಯಾತ್ಮರು ನಮ್ಮನ್ನು ಸಮೀಕ್ಷೆ ಆಗ್ಲೇ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಆ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಟೋಟಲ್ ಜನಸಂಖ್ಯೆ 55,000 ಜನಸಂಖ್ಯೆ ಇತ್ತಂತ ದಾಖಲೆಗಳು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು.
ನೋಡಿ, that census It's an official census. It says that time the population of Karaga community is 55,000. Now it is the official census of 2011 says it's 18,000. How comes it's a one major issue? No, but the thing is, when the see what Sir also just given a remark. There earlier days, means very olden days. They are the rulers of this place. Later, Mayorama came, defeated them, and with that fear, they went to the edge of the forest. Edge of the forest. See, living in the edge of the forest is a very difficult situation. For the food or the livelihood or whatever it may be. And in the latest modern era also, the health and sanitation, there is a major issue. Health. Then the education, resolution. No, still they're in the water now. It's not a forest, but even the outskirts of the city only they lives. Yeah, that is also. No, they are not the nomadics. They are their own settlements, small settlements, different talukas. Nomadics are in Karnataka. There are so many nomadic tribes are there. Not tribes, people or group. But this is the situation. Then one more, severely they felt the untouchability. Now only they are part of civilian society. So that's also one of the reasons.
After they expose it to us, they might be
little bit they mingling.
Infected. They might be infected.
No, it's not like that.
The Andaman Nicobarans,
There is
they are not, they couldn't withstand, bacteria and viruses. We are withstanding.
Yes. But this is not, that is the another issue, Andaman Nicobar. Here the situation is different. They are not untouchables, one. And they are landowner people. They have their own land in the forest area. They still live in the forest area only. Beltangadi or certain part of Western Ghats or part of Kudiremukkanda. But they have got acres of land. They cultivate, they do agriculture and all. But these people, they don't have land at all. They stay in small huts like that. So recently, from last 10-15 years, in Udupi district, means government started programs. Yeah. That is also.
I also heard about it because when we go and we used to go a lot of tribal people for dances and all. So one of the even another community person and one person from Kunmi, which is Okadi speaking community. Every time the children go to the city or they get little educated, they mix with other people. They don't know, they are hiding the identity.
See, it's not hiding the identity actually. Why they are hiding means one is inferiority, and there's a long past history. See, when they're in between the civilian society only, in that past somebody thrown them out to the forest region. Why? What is the reason? So that fear still came in their genes. So they fear to face you, whether you will do something. So they won't speak their language if they come to the city. Why? There is no secret reason. You will identify that. Oh, see that people, they are not speaking Tudu, they are not speaking Kannada, they are not speaking Konkani. Means, they may be Karaga people. So there are so many fear things they face in the past history. That sense of fear, and again the untouchability movement, the sense of inferiority, that both kill themselves. their identity. So, yeah, you can. It's not idol. It's not idol work. Yeah, demigods means those who live along with us, then they become the heroes, or they may be due to either war or so many reasons they died or murdered. Like that. Later stage they become God. So that's one Koraga, Tanya or Koragaja. They now his worship is very popular, very popular. Whenever you just go through our city or you see small katte.
Nadigal.
Lambar is not. No. They
are the Banjara.
No, this is, the people who are killed, when they are
becomes
facing tigers,
they
fight for they fight for
that Koraga Tanya belongs to this Koraga community.
It is not killed actually, it is an unnatural death.
Unnatural death.
No Bhutas have natural death.
No, not for natural death. It's for the people actually. They might have
sacrificed
themselves.
Then sometimes it's a sacrifice. Sometimes the kingdom murder.
For the king they commit.
ಆ ಒಂದು ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ ಅಂತರ್ಜಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ಆ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ ನಮ್ಮ ಮೈಸೂರು ಜಿಲ್ಲೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಚೌಡರಕೆರೆ ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಕೆರೆ ಇತ್ತು. ಯಾರು ಕೂಡ ನಮ್ಮವರು ಆ ನೀರನ್ನು ಮುಟ್ಟುವಾಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಚೆಲ್ಲುವಾಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಯಾರನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಮುಟ್ಟುವಾಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಚೌಡಿಕೆರೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅವಾಗ ಈ ಟಿಪ್ಪು ಸುಲ್ತಾನ್ ಕಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರು ಟಿಪ್ಪು ಸುಲ್ತಾನ್ ಸರ್ ಹೋಗಿ ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ಆಗ್ಲಿ ನಾನಿದ್ದೇನೆ, ನೀವು ಕೆರೆಗೆ ಇಳೀರಿ ಅಂತ ಬಾಬಾ ಸಾಹೇಬ್ ಅಂಬೇಡ್ಕರ್ನ ಧೈರ್ಯ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೆ ಅವರು. ಅವಾಗ ಅವರು ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಒಟ್ಟಾಗಿ ಹೋಗಿ ಆ ಕೆರೆಗೆ ಇಳಿದು ನೀರು ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಟಿಪ್ಪು ಸುಲ್ತಾನ್ ಕಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ. ಅವಾಗ ಈ ಪದ್ಯವನ್ನು ನಮ್ಮ ಸಮುದಾಯದವರೇ ಬಾಬು ಪಾಂಗಾಳ ಅಂತ ಬರೆದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವರು ತುಂಬಾ ಪುಸ್ತಕಗಳನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಬರೆದಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ತುಂಬಾ ಹಾಡುಗಳನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಬರೆದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಕಾಡ್ಯನ ಕಡ್ಡೈ ಬುಗ್ಗೇಲುಗೇರ್ದು ಕರಿಯನ ಕಣ್ಣೆ ಬೆರಿಟೇರಂಡು. ಕಾಡ್ಯನ ಕಡ್ಡೈ ಬುಗ್ಗೇಲುಗೇರ್ದು ಕರಿಯನ ಕಣ್ಣೆ ಬೆರಿಟೇರಂಡು. ಕೊರಲ್ದ ಕೊರಂಗೆ ರಂಗುದರಗಡು, ಕೊರಲ್ದ ಕೊರಂಗೆ ರಂಗುದರಗಡು. ದುಂಬುದಾಂಟ ಪಿದಡಿಗಿಡೆ ಚಾವಲ ಬೊಟ್ಲ ಕೊನ್ಕೆದ ಚಲ್ಲೆ, ಚಾವಲ ಬೊಟ್ಲ ಕೊನ್ಕೆದ ಚಲ್ಲೆ. ಪೇರಂಟ ಬಕ್ಕಿಡೆ ಕಾಡ್ಯನ ಕಡ್ಡೈ ಬುಗ್ಗೇಲುಗೇರ್ಗು ಕರಿಯನ ಕಣ್ಣೆ ಬೆರಿಟೇರಂಡು. ಚಿಬಿಲ ಹುಲ್ಲ ಬಿಜಿಲು ಬಕ್ ತಡ್ಪೆ ಪುಲ್ಲ ಪಡ್ಪು ಬಕ್, ಚಿಬಿಲ ಹುಲ್ಲ ಬಿಜಿಲು ಬಕ್ ತಡ್ಪೆ ಪುಲ್ಲ ಪಡ್ಪು ಬಕ್. ತಿಲ್ಕೆದ ತೋಮೂನ್ ಕೊನ್ಕೆಡೆ ಬಗ್, ಕೊನ್ಕೆದ ಕೂಟಡು ತಿಲ್ಕೆದ ತೋಮೂ ಕೊನ್ಕೆಡೆ ಬಗ್. ಕೊನ್ಕೆದ ಕೂಟಡು ಮೋತುನ ಬೈಯುನ ಒಟ್ಟುಗ ಆಗೆರು, ಮೋತುನ ಬೈಯುನ ಒಟ್ಟುಗ ಆಗೆರು. ಕೂಟದ ಬಲೆ ಪುಡು ಕೂಟದ ಬಲೆ ಪುಡು. ಕಾಡ್ಯನ ಕಡ್ಡೈ ಬುಗ್ಗೇಲುಗೇರ್ಗು ಕರಿಯನ ಕಣ್ಣೆ ಬೆರಿಟೇರಂಡು. ಕೂಟದ ಕಲೆಟ್ಟು ಕೊಡ್ತಾರು ಮಂಡಡು ಮುಟ್ಟಲ ಜಾಕಲ, ಕೂಟದ ಕಲೆಟ್ಟು ಕೊಡ್ತಾರು ಮಂಡಡು ಮುಟ್ಟಲ ಜಾಕಲ. ಬಜ್ಜಿರೆ ಬಜ್ಜಯಿ ಬೆಲ್ಲದ ನೀರು, ಬಜ್ಜಿರೆ ಬಜ್ಜಯಿ ಬೆಲ್ಲದ ನೀರು. ಎದಕಲ ಬಕೆರ್ಡೆ ಕೋರೈ ಕೊರ್ತಿ ಕೂಜೆರ್ಲೆ ನೊಟ್ಟುಡು. ಕೂಟಡು ಕುಡಗೆರ್ಡೆ ಕೊರೋನಾ ಕೊಟ್ಟರೆ ಕಾಂತರೆ ಪುಗೆಲು ಪೆಲ್ಲ ಗಾಂತೀರ, ಕೊರೋನಾ ಕೊಟ್ಟರೆ ಕಾಂತರೆ ಪುಗೆಲು ಪೆಲ್ಲ ಗಾಂತೀರ. ಪೊನ್ನುಲು ಗಂಡುಲು ಅದೆರು ಪೊತ್ತೆರು ಕೂಟನೆ ಕುಡಗೆರು. ಪೊನ್ನುಲು ಗಂಡುಲು ಅದೆರು ಪೊತ್ತೆರು ಕೂಟನೆ ಕುಡಗೆರು. ಕಡ್ಡೈದ ಸಂದಿಗ ಕೊರಲ್ದ ರಂಗುಗ, ಕಡ್ಡೈದ ಸಂದಿಗ ಕೊರಲ್ದ ರಂಗ ಗಡ್ದ್ರೆ ಕೊಂಕೆರು ಗಡ್ದ್ರೆ ಕೊಂಕೆರು ಗಡ್ದ್ರೆ ಕೊಂಕೆರು ಗಡ್ದ್ರೆ ಕೊಂಕೆರು ಕಾಡೆನ ಕಾಡೈ ಬುಗ್ಗೇರುಗೇರ್ಗು ಕರಿಯನ ಕಂಡೆ ಬೆರಿಟೆ ರಂಡು ಕೊರಲ್ದ ಕೊರ್ಗೆ ರಂಗದ ರಗಡು ಕೊರಲ್ದ ಕೊರ್ಗೆ ರಂಗದ ರಗಡು ದುಂಬುದಾಂಟ ಪಿದಡಿಗಿಡೆ ದುಂಬುದಾಂಟ ಪಿದಡಿಗಿಡೆ ಚಾವಲ ಪಟ್ಲ ಕೊಂಕೆದ ಚಲ್ಲೆ ಚಾವಲ ಪಟ್ಲ ಕೊಂಕೆದ ಚಲ್ಲೆ ಪೇರಂಟ ಬಕ್ಕಿಡೆ ಪೇರಂಟ ಬಕ್ಕಿಡೆ ಪೇರಂಟ ಬಕ್ಕಿಡೆ ಪೇರಂಟ ಬಕ್ಕಿಡೆ. ಈ ಹಾಡಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾಡ್ಯ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಸಮುದಾಯದ ಒಬ್ಬರ ಹೆಸರು ಕಾಡ್ಯ. ಕಟ್ಟಾಯ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಡೋಲು, ಡೋಲಿಗೆ ಹೇಳುದು ಕಟ್ಟಾಯ ಅಂತ. ಮತ್ತೆ ಚೆಂಡೆ, ಕರಂಡೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಚೆಂಡೆ, ನಮ್ಮ ಭಾಷೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕರಂಡೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಚಾವಲ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ತಾಳ, ಚಕ್ರ ತಾಳ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಚಕ್ರ ತಾಳಕ್ಕೆ ಚಾವಲ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ.
Dolu is the unique one form of this region only, Tulunadu only. Dolu.
ಸರಿ, ಈಗ ನಮ್ಮ ಮನೆಗೆ ನೆಂಟರು ಬರ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ನೀವು. ಈಗ ನಮ್ಮವ್ರು ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ನಾನು ಅವ್ರ ಹತ್ರ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ರಿಟರ್ನ್ ಅವ್ರು ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಅದೊಂದು ಸಂಪ್ರದಾಯ ಇದೆ.
Our own scholars, but till 2018, none of the Koraga people written their stories. Babu Pangali mentioned, those who now sing that song now, it's written by Babu Pangal. He only wrote the entire history, the culture and tradition and their religious beliefs, and that book was published by Academy. It's 2018. It's a very authentic book, and now it's out of print. Okay.